So I've spent a lot of time recently thinking about my fear of authority. The why, the how, the techniques that help me overcome it. And that was valuable. That was necessary. I think it is time for me to focus on my manifestation of describing images. The one where someone asks me a question, and instead of answering directly, I start describing a mental image. I paint the scene. I set the context. I describe the table, the lighting, the bowl of fruit. But I don't actually give them what they're asking for. This is one of my biggest manifestations. And I think it's time I gave it the same attention I gave my fear of authority. So I want to go deep into this. What can I do about it? I've been reflecting on why this happens. And I think it comes down to one thing. My brain is untrained. I'm not yet used to quickly identifying intention, filtering out useless information, and communicating effectively. It's not that I'm stupid or incapable. It's that I haven't built the neural pathways for direct, concise communication yet. And I've realized something important. This isn't something I can overcome in one night. It's not a switch I can flip. It's a skill I need to develop over time, with consistent practice. But that doesn't mean I can't start making changes immediately. So I've come up with 3 techniques. 1 short term, something I can use right now in my next conversation. And 2 long term, things I need to practice consistently until they become automatic. Technique 1, the 1-sentence summary rule. This is my short-term technique. Here's the rule. When someone asks me a question, the first sentence out of my mouth must be the core answer. No context, no scene setting, no background, just the answer. So if someone asks, "How did your exam go?" I say, "I missed the passing line by 2 marks." That's it. That's the headline. If they want more details, they'll ask. But I've already given them the most important piece of information. This works immediately because it's a simple rule. I don't need to practice it. I just need to remember it. The moment I hear a question, I tell myself, answer first, context later. It's not about being rude or abrupt. It's about respecting the other person's time and giving them what they actually need. The context can come after, but only if they ask for it. Technique 2, intention spotting. This is my first long-term technique. This one is about training my brain to automatically identify the intention behind every question I receive. Instead of just hearing the words, I interpret what the person actually wants to know. So when someone asks, "Did you sleep well?" I don't describe the bed, the pillow, the weather. I recognize the intention. They care about how I'm feeling. And I say, "Yeah, I feel rested." When my boss asks, "How's the project going?" I recognize the intention. "Are you on track?" And I say, "I'm on track to finish by Friday." This takes time to build. It's a new neural pathway. My brain is learning to automatically filter out irrelevant details and get to the core. I need to practice this consistently, every conversation, every question, until it becomes automatic. I'm going to make it a daily exercise. Every time someone asks me something, I'll mentally note, what are they actually asking for? Over time, I won't need to consciously think about it. It'll just happen. Technique 3, filter practice. This is my second long-term technique. This one is about training my brain to distinguish between relevant and irrelevant information. Throughout the day, I notice when I'm tempted to describe irrelevant details. I practice mentally filtering them out. So when I see a friend's new outfit, instead of describing the color, the fabric, the style, I mentally note, relevant, it looks good. Irrelevant, everything else. When someone asks, "What did you do this weekend?" Instead of describing the weather, the route, the coffee shop, I mentally note, relevant, I rested and read. Irrelevant, everything else. This is a skill that develops over time. I'm building the habit of noticing what matters and what doesn't. I'll practice this daily, in conversations, while watching TV, even while reading. The goal is to make it automatic.